What's happening, everybody? Got some new comics to drop. You already know. So this is actually going up late because I just never recorded it. So this is actually a mix of new issues from the week that all these came out, as well as a bunch of back issues because I hit 2 shops that day, and I just didn't get a chance to do the haul. So now I'm doing that now, and one of those is actually a new shop, so that was cool. And actually, it was Tim's Corner, which you've already seen the comic shop tour video of, because I wasn't going to do that one for a while, but I still have another one that I need to upload, and I like to space those out because I just like those, and I don't get to do those as frequently. So, but I figured, for some reason I just figured, you know what, whatever, I'll just fast track that one, so I end up just uploading that one now, so the other one will just get delayed a little bit longer. So anyways, let's get into some of the goodies I picked up. So first we got, I snagged some bookmarks there because, like, bookmarks. What is this? Oh, they're supposed to have a fall sale. What is this? November 9th. I have to remember that. Oh yeah, 50% off back issues. Whoa. 50% off variants, 40% off trade, 25% off toys, and Funko Pop. So I have to remember that one. Then on my calendar. And that's because I always like all these little postcards. If you follow me for some time, I picking these up at conventions and at shops just because I like them. So I have stacks of these. I feel a sneeze coming on. There it is. And then we have 2 posters here right now. So we have the House of X and Powers of, so there's House of X1, and then the Powers of 10 cover there, and then on the back it just has the same information. What is, there's kind of frequently asked questions, so I'm not gonna read all those, but hopefully that's all in the shot there. You can pause it and take a look at that if you want to. And then Young Guns 2019 sketchbook. Whoa. He's always cool for just kind of take a peek at a lot of new artists. Even though I feel like Marco Shadow's been around for some time, but Mike Del Mundo definitely not. I feel like he's been around for several years as well. But Russell Dunman, Javier Garon, Pepe Larraz, and Aaron Cooter. Even though I feel like I've heard some of these names for several years now, I don't know why. But next generation of elite artists, some of these I will definitely agree with. So, gonna slide you in there. Whoa. And then, what is this? This is behind the scenes edition of Spider-Man 1 from Abrams and Sarah Pocelli. Fantastic artist. She's so dope too. But I wasn't interested in reading that book, but I just grabbed this just because. And then on the back, this is important because another symbiote Spider-Man miniseries, kind of going back to just another Tales featuring once Peter wore the black costume. This one has Hobgoblin. The first miniseries had Mysterio, and I haven't read it, but I am interested in that, so I might go pick that up. If you read it, let me know what you think of it. What do you think about the idea of them kind of going back and adding just more stories to the black symbiote history there? The black costume history. The Hobgoblin rages through Manhattan. As I said, I'm kind of curious. Peter David, Greg Land, and yeah, so there's that. And then what is this? So I don't know what the hell this is. I just grabbed it. Marvel Universe. Let's see what this is. Hello, true believers. And then, oh yeah, at some point somebody has to talk about this. Annihilation. What the hell is going on? When I saw that in previews, I was curious as hell. I didn't preview it or pre-order it, but I was curious as hell. What the hell are they doing? They're just bringing back Annihilation. How's it gonna work? I mean, it's just kind of a rehash, another story. I'm all kind of curious, but I think what it did say was that Annihilus is a big part of it, but there's also another threat that's supposed to be even bigger. So I'm curious. And then this page, these 2 pages are important as well because features all the new X titles that will begin this month, actually. So X-Men, Excalibur, Marauders, X-Force, Fallen Angels, and New Mutants. And who knows how long any of those will even run. So we'll see. And now, let's get to the books. So here we are. As I said, this is a mix of new issues as well as several back issues. And then from 2 different shops. So let's jump into it. First up, gotta start with some Avengers. So here is Avengers 245. And I think I'm replacing a newsstand edition with this one, but I'm not sure. I just know that I did need this one. So, and now I have it. Fantastic. And also, so the second shop, Tim's Corner, had some of the standard covers because we were talking about variants, and I mentioned how with House of X and Powers of 10, I pre-ordered some of the connecting variants, but mostly the character decades variants. And I wish I ended up doing a lot of the connecting variants anyway. I just missed a couple early, well, like number 2, whatever. So I ended up snagging, I have all those now, as well as the character decades variants. But then I was thinking, oh, you know what? I actually do like some of the standard covers, which I should have got as well. And a lot of those shot up in price, but they were actually pretty cool. And I would rather have use those as the ones I actually read. So, but the shop, anyways, the whole point of that was the shop had House of X 2 and another one, I don't know. But here's House of X 2, and I got this one at cover price or like $1 above it. What was it? It was $5. Yeah, I think I paid $5 or $6 for it. So I was like, yes, I'll take that. Hell yeah. So I got most of those as well. And then checking out a new series, well, new to me because I wasn't reading it, but I figured why not? Let me check it out. So Miles Morales, Spider-Man, number 8. I like this cover. But I have an interesting story, a funny story about this one. And when that particular issue comes up, I will jump into that. So, and jump over to Image for a cool series. Here is Excellence number 5. This is the most recent issue. I have read the first, just read the first one. And I was thinking, you know what? I dig it. So I ended up picking the other 4 issues up. So by Brandon Thomas, Kari Randolph, and Emilia Lopez. Has a lot of black characters in it. Deals with magic and kind of bloodlines. A lot of cool stuff. Definitely recommend going or looking into it. So if you're in this new indie series, go check it out. Kari Randolph, fantastic artist. Brandon Thomas, writer. And yeah, so just go look into Excellence from Image Comics. And jump back to Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 3. Got Cap, Rhino there. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Another Excellence cover, or issue. Number 3. Check that out. I like the coloring on that. And then Batman Superman number 1, the variant by Neil Francis Yu. This was the cover I wanted because I like you and it just looks cool. I'm still kind of torn if I want David Marquez's Batman and Superman connecting covers with the Joker Who Laughs or whatever that character's name is. I don't know. Batman Who Laughs? I don't know. Whatever it is. But, so, I might still get those. We'll see. Then jump over back to Marvel. Got Daredevil. I think this is 11. I actually forgot. But it is the Immortal variant. And I was in the shop. And actually, I did that shopping video. But I was looking at it, I was like, you know what? That looks cool. So, I'll get it. Whatever. I don't care. And now this one, along with the other issue I got, very surprising to find it in dollar boxes. So Tim's Corner had quite a selection of dollar books. And I still haven't gone through them. I've been there twice, but I haven't had the chance to go through all the boxes yet. But I was going through, and this was definitely a couple issues I was missing. Lady Killer number 5. This is Lady Killer 2, volume 2, number 5. $1. What? Yes. And look at this cover. Look at this fantastic cover. Seriously. Joelle Jones. Fantastic artist. I talked about her before. She's dope. And this is a cool story. So there's Lady Killer. And now I showed you I had number 1 and number 2 from the first volume that I got on eBay. There's number 5. I picked up another issue in here. We'll get to that one later. But I ended up ordering the rest from mycomicshop.com, so I will have the complete individual issues of both volumes of Lady Killer, which I'm ecstatic about because, as I said, Joel Jones, fantastic artist, and as a collector, just happy to have all those individual issues. So, boom. And while I was digging through those dollar issues, I was flipping through and found a little title. You might have heard of this character, Doctor Strange. So he does have a series going on right now, but he had a previous series written by Jason Aaron and featuring several other artists. One such artist was my man, Chris Bacallo, who is fantastic. You know I love him. If anybody's been following me for any sort of time, you know Bacallo is one of my favorite artists of all time. Say it with me. Of all time. Seriously. And so, swimming through, like, I've never really read Doctor Strange. I don't think I ever have, honestly. But I saw, oh, Dollar Man, which is a perfect place to try out new books. So, Jason Aaron, I was like, okay, oh, Chris Bacallo, he did draw some of them. So I was flipping through, saw those, and I saw one specific art. I was like, oh. And of course, I was like, let me see if I can if they have the whole art there, which they did, and it is Last Days of Magic. So here is number 9. This is part 4 of that. So I flipped through and I saw, and here is, what is this? Number 6. So Last Days of Magic starts here. So there it is, the first issue of that. And through 6, and I think it ran through 10, maybe 10 or 11. So we'll see. I'll get a refresher as I go through the rest of this. And then another series I was wanting to catch up on because I like this character, Moon Knight, Marc Spector. Here is his Legacy run. This is 191. So I want to get his Legacy series, which was, he runs from 188 through 200. And one shop had a few of those. So snagged some and jump back to Miles Morales, the Immortal variant. This one by, was it Sarah Petrelli or Emanuela Lupacchino? I think it's Emanuela actually, but she's fantastic. So I figured I was getting some of the other Immortal variants, so I grabbed that one. And then jump back to House of X and those standard covers. Here is House of X number 5 featuring Apocalypse. Oh yes, look at that. Look at that. Fantastic. I was like, once I saw Apocalypse on the cover, yes, that's mine. All mine. And then, oh, you know what? I think that the Immortal variant for Miles Morales might be the same as this one because story time. So I was looking at Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and while I was in the shop, I was looking through like see which issues. They didn't have all the issues, so I was kind of flipping through, and I was checking mycomicshop.com so I didn't get duplicates because one of the covers was kind of the anniversary, like the, I don't know what you would call it, like the picture frame cover, and I was trying to figure out which issue it was, but I couldn't. So I had to look it up, and I was flipping through some other issues that they had. So okay, got this issue, but I ended up grabbing this one, number 9. But I had the variant as well, which I think was the Immortal one, and I didn't realize. Like I was like, why did I do this again? Same thing that happened with Detective Comics 1001, which was so stupid. It was just such a waste, and that money could have went towards another comic, or could just kept it. But c'est la vie. And then keeping with Marvel, Absolute Carnage, Lethal Protectors, number 2. Check it out. Misty, Iron Fist. That's not Demon Goblin, is it? I don't know. Who knows? But we got that. Then Miles Morales, Spider-Man, number 5. Tombstone. Some big guns. Big guns. And then jump back to Image. Here is Excellence number 2. As I said, definitely worth looking into for some indie comics love there. And back to Doctor Strange. Here is number 8, Last Days of Magic. And my man Moon Knight again, drowning And Swimming with Sharks, Legacy 192. Who's the artist on this? Burroughs, Ortega, Lopez. And another appearance, Moon Knight, featuring Moon Knight. Here is Iron Man 161. The invincible Iron Man is in deep trouble, and only Moon Knight can save him. Look at that. Is he really in deep trouble though? He looks like he's on top of a building. And he could just fly out. So I don't know what he's doing. Who knows? Knowing Tony, probably his own fault anyway. And let's see what we got here. Powers of 10. Here is the standard cover for number 2. A Sabretooth up top there. Emma Frost. So Powers of 10, number 2. House of X, number 2. Got both of those. Cover price, fantastic. Was that number 2? Yeah. And then here is Once and Future, number 2 from Boom Studios. As I said before, I think I talked about it, but I don't know now. I don't know if I did talk about this now. I know I talked about it in shops with several people. So, but anyways, the first issue, while I do think it was an okay read, and I obviously, because I picked up another issue, I'm more curious to see where the story goes than what number, or the first issue. Okay. The potential for where the story could go was more of an impact than what the first issue actually provided. I felt the first issue was a little bit too tropey, if you know what I mean. It's kind of a vague thing to say, but if you read it and you understand what tropes are in just this type of story, I think you kind of understand what I mean by that comment. So I wanted to, if I get a chance, maybe I'll do something where I explain it later. I just don't want to spend too much time on it now. But yeah, Once and Future. So, but I am curious, if you've read Once and Future, let me know what you think of it. As I said, just because I'm curious, and maybe I can somebody else kind of understands what I mean by it just felt a bit too tropey. But on to something else, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, number 7. Swing through the air, look at that. So I like this one. That's cool. A Day in the Lives. Oh, look at that, there he is again. Number 4. Check it out. And oh, look at this one. So before I talked about She-Hulk having an annual and not having an ongoing series. And you know what they really should have just been? They shouldn't have been annuals, they should have just been one-shots. Or it should have just been an Acts of Evil storyline, because that's what they are. So Marvel dropped 8 Acts of Evil. There are 8 annuals that drop over a period of 3 months that feature a character fighting a villain that they haven't typically been seen going against or even just involved with in any sort of way. So this one I picked up, and I was thinking, you know what? I like Moon Knight. So I grabbed his, and I was thinking, which cover do I want? I don't know. But I do like the Immortal cover, the Immortal variant here. And I also like the villain, actually villains cover. So I said, why not? I'm gonna get both. I don't care. But what I also realized was that all these were connected. I was thinking, wow, you know what? There's a lot of villains on these. And I realized, oh, wait, they're all connecting. So I Googled them and found out there are 8 covers, or 8 annuals, and they all have villain variants that are connecting. So I was thinking, oh, why not? That's cool. And you'll see more of those in other videos. So yeah, I figured, why not? Whatever, I'll get both covers. Who cares? All the comics. And because we're not done with Moon Knight yet, oh yeah, actually got quite a bit to go. Here is Marc Spector Moon Knight number 50, which has, there's a cool cover there. A little shot there, like this, kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, but a giant size 50th variant, or 50th issue. Got Cap, Thor, Vision, Black Widow, and Hercules in this ridiculously ugly costume. Can't stand that costume. But yeah, there's Moon Knight there. So that was $1. Because I was talking to one of the shop guys and I was saying I was trying to catch up on, I was trying to get a lot of Moon Knight stuff. He said, oh, we have this, what was it? So giant size 50th issue in dollar boxes. their dollar boxes. They're always behind new collections, and they're always adding to their dollar box stock, which is fantastic. I'm always going through there randomly. Every time I make a visit there, I go through their dollar boxes, using a different letter or specific areas to see if they added new stuff to their certain title. And yeah, now we're going back to Doctor Strange. Here is Last Days of Magic Part 2, Doctor Strange number 7. I should have said that the other way. Doctor Strange number 7, Last Days of Magic Part 2. Check that out. Chris Picallo. Woo. Curious to see that. And then Moon Knight again. Here is 189. Check it out. Moon Knight. Look at the bloody gloves. Look at that. Oh wait, here it is. I did pick it up. Miles Morales Spider-Man. Here's the. This is what I meant by the old anniversary 80s. I think it was 80s. Yeah, 80s. Like their anniversary picture frame shot there. So yeah, had to grab that one, of course. And then actually the shop that I got that from, they have like this top where all the new comics are on their racks, and at the top shelf, at the top of their rack is a bunch of variants. So they have like a bunch of those variants together, which look all kind of cool, like next to each other. So, and then here is a comic that I'm trying out, and actually I ordered the first issue because they didn't have it in stock. But this issue caught my eye because I was doing it and I featured it in my comic cover the art week post, comic cover art of the week post, and I was thinking, wow, this looks cool. It also kind of reminds me of Archangel. Here is Strayed number 2 from Dark Horse Comics. So obviously you can just tell it's a cool cover, and it made me curious. Oh, what is this book about? I don't know. And well, I do know there was something to do with, like, what does it do with? There's like some cat. I don't know if the cat has some kind of weird power, and there's something else. I don't remember. Go look it up. But it sounded cool, so I figured why not. So I grabbed this one just because it looks cool, and I was curious about the story. And then I also ordered the first issue, which will be coming, I don't know when, because no shop that I've been to had it in stock. So I just figured, whatever, I'll just order it and add it on. So, and jump back to Image. Here is Excellence number 4. As I said, I did pick up the rest of the available issues, and issue 5 was the most recent. And let's see, Miles Morales Spider-Man number 2. Rest in peace. Got the Stan Lee banner up there. Stan Lee, 1922 to 2018. So there's that. And then there it is, Lady Killer number, it should be number 3. Wait, I don't know. Yeah, Lady Killer Volume 2, number 3. And that little circle there is just from the shop, their dollar bins, because they had a bunch of books at a convention, so they had to make sure they just like separated them. So that's what that's from. And here is Doctor Strange number 10. Even though this cover is not done by Picallo, he was still doing the interiors. So I was thinking, why is this guy doing a cover which should have been one of Picallo's covers? But whatever, I'm over it. Not bitter. Let it go. And then last up, 2 more issues of Moon Knight. Here is 196. Moon Knight, all in your brains. Check that out. What's going on? You don't want to go in his brain. Who knows what's up there? Who the hell knows what's happening that guy did? And last issue, Crazy runs in the family. That's a good segue there. A good way to end it. Moon Knight 193. Check that out. Probably better to end with the brain issue, brain cover. But yeah, there it is, Moon Knight. So that is my, was that 2 shops? Yeah. That is my 2 shop haul. That was a fun day. I'd hoped to make it to more shops, but ran short of time. And yeah, but came back with a nice haul. So check that out. Tons of goodies. Marvel, Image, DC, Dark Horse. What else was there? There's something else on there too, I think. I don't remember. But yeah. Oh yeah, Boom Studios. So yeah, tons of good stuff there. And yeah, so that's my haul there. Let me know what you think. What have you been picking up lately? What are you reading? As there were some questions I asked. Excellence, if you read that, let me know what you think. Strayed, if you read that, curious to see what your thoughts are on that. and Once in Future, that was one. Yeah, so those titles, or anything else, but yeah, specifically those titles, if you read them, if you're reading them, let me know what you think. Curious. And yeah, so yeah, that's that. Let me know what you think. And as always, this is GENOTHADRAGON. Happy hunting, happy collecting, happy reading. Thanks for watching, and peace out.